Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and I wanted to do a podcast on how narcissists post on social media. And I had done a reel on this, and there was so much controversy about this reel, okay? So when I posted the reel, what I basically was talking about is how some narcissists, not all narcissists, will post generic things on their social media. For instance, their Facebook. They may put, nondescript type of things on there, like pictures of their dog, pictures of, scenery, nature pictures, pictures of cars. They won't put specific things about, what they're doing, who they're with, or, they'll be very, very private about it. And why is that? Because that narcissist has multiple supply on their page. They don't want to be tracked. Now, I had a bunch of people get on there and say, well, I post nature pictures or I post pictures of my car. That doesn't make me a narcissist, or this is ridiculous or something like that. We're not talking about you, okay? What I'm talking about is a trait of some narcissists that are out there creeping, okay? And a lot of them, especially the ones on the dating apps, they won't even put their picture on the dating app. They'll put a scenic picture because if their partner is going through, they may see them on the dating app. So a lot of times on their profile picture, they won't even put a picture of themselves. That is usually a red flag that you're probably dealing with somebody who's creeping. So understand this. Plenty of people post pictures of nature. They post pictures of, their dogs and everything like that. And they are not narcissists. We're not talking about that, okay? Like somebody else said, there's a lot of people that don't have common sense. We're not talking in absolutes, all right? We're talking about traits of certain narcissists, things that they do, okay? It doesn't even mean that all narcissists do that, but I have seen that from narcissistic people that were out creeping. They had, very generic type of things on there because they didn't want to be tracked. They didn't want to be traced. And then I had other people that said, well, that's not true. Narcissists like to post pictures of themselves so that everybody, can admire them. Yes, there are narcissists that will post pictures of themselves that want to get that attention, okay? But when you're dealing with a narcissist who's got a lot of supply, or they may even have somebody, they don't post it on, let's say, their Facebook that they're in a relationship, but they have somebody, they're very careful about that because other people will get on there and say things, and that's how they get caught, all right? So you do have narcissists that will boast pictures of themselves and be, very blatant about it because they don't care about what people comment on there. And then there will be narcissists that don't post it because they're really they're afraid of getting caught because somebody might say something like, looking sexy, baby, or enjoyed our conversation last night, or something like that. They're not going to say that if you put a picture of a nature picture, like a tree or something, okay? So you guys, you gotta look deeper into things, okay? We're talking about covert narcissist type of people that are very sneaky, all right? And they don't want to show their hand. So that type of narcissist is not going to show a picture of them out with supply, with the supply somewhere when they're talking to a bunch of people that are on the same page and could see that, and they're going to get caught, okay? So you've got to think outside the box. We're not just talking, about, all narcissists do this, or if you post pictures of nature and cars and dogs, oh, you're no. We're talking about specific traits of a sneaky type of narcissist that doesn't want to be tracked, okay? So understand that. We're not talking about you. We're not talking about your grandmother who posts, pictures of that kind of thing or anything like that. We're talking about a creeping narcissist that is stealth, all right? They don't want to show their hand, all right? So, when we talk about narcissism, you've got to study the whole person, because although these people have, they have a common pattern of behavior at times, each narcissist is a little different. And narcissism is on a spectrum, all right? We all have certain narcissistic traits at times where we could be selfish, and I've seen posts on this where people say, well, we're all narcissists. Yes, we could all be a little selfish at times, but it's a spectrum. You have people that have very little empathy, and then you have people that have no empathy whatsoever, all right? So each individual in this world is different from the next person, although they may manipulate, although they may lie, although some of them cheat. Not all narcissists cheat, but a lot of them do. You have to look at the whole person, okay? You look at their background. You look at their behaviors. You look at how they treat you. You look at what comes out of their mouth in order to evaluate that person, okay? So when I say, a common trait of some narcissists is to post, nature pictures. They don't show anything specific. It's because they don't want the comments on the page, because they have multiple people on that page and they're worried. They're worried that each person is going to find out about the other person. But keep in mind that a narcissist who has a page like that also has another page, okay? And that brings me to my next point. Narcissists most of the time have multiple pages. And why is that? Because they may have one page that they have, their significant other on, their old lady or old man or their family on. And then they have their creeping pages, okay? And these pages may not have their real name on there, okay? They may put something like Warrior Man or Princess Babe or something like that. And this way, you would never know that they had another page, okay? And maybe on those pages, they may post a picture of themselves where they want everybody to admire them because they don't have their old lady or old man on there, okay? So you guys, come on now, all right? You got to think outside the box, all right? Because I've seen this. And, the other reason that they have multiple pages, multiple social media pages, is because they can go out creeping and you can't track them. That's why I always tell you guys, it doesn't pay to tell, your significant other, I want you to delete, your Instagram. Why are you liking all those girls' pictures or guys' pictures? Because they probably have another page. And a lot of times, what a narcissist will do is they'll even say to you, I'll delete my social media. I'll show you how faithful I am, how true I am. I'm going to delete all my social media. But what they're doing is they're deleting the social media that you know about when they have backup pages. And how do you know? And why do they have backup pages? Because they can. Because you're not with that narcissist 24 hours a day, okay? They're at work. They're driving in the car. They go out. There are times when they're not with you, and that's the times that they could be on social media under another name. Now, another point I want to bring up with the social media, you guys, is this. Another reason they have multiple pages is because a lot of them are trollers and stalkers. So what they'll do is they're going to troll their ex's page, all right? And trust and believe that, if you had a narcissistic ex, they watch. They are watching. They want to see what's going on in your life. And why is that? Because number one, they want to see that you're miserable because it makes them feel better. Number two, they want to see that you're not doing well so they don't feel like they lost anything. And number three, they're very nosy, okay? Narcissists are very, very nosy. They're competitive. They want to see how you're doing. They want to feel better about themselves if you're not doing well. And that's why I tell you, if you break up with a narcissist, don't post anything about this person didn't realize when they had a real one, or, that's not a real man, or I'm so miserable, or something like that. Don't let the narcissist know what you're feeling, because you're feeding the narcissist. You have to be a mystery, okay? That's why you put everything to private. Everything to private. And I saw that in one of the narcissistic family groups, Toxic Family, where she was talking about how her mother was making comments. And I said, you need to put everything on private. And she said, I did, but somebody that she knows is on my page, okay? So this is what they do. They stalk you, you guys, all right? So the social media is the narcissist tool. The tool to get supply, the tool to spy on people. Now, another thing that I want to point out when you're dealing with a narcissist on social media, if they're on your friends list, okay, and you post a nice picture of yourself, let's just say you have a nice picture of yourself. What is that narcissist going to do? They're going to call you a narcissist because you're posting a picture of yourself. And they're going to be very jealous of the attention that you get on that picture, okay? Sorry, that's my son in the background. He's home this week for the holidays, you guys. So it's not easy to podcast today, but I wanted to do this podcast because there was so much confusion over, how narcissists post on social media. So understand this, you guys. Just because you are a private person and maybe you don't post a lot of things or personal things on your social media, it does not make you a narcissist, okay? Understand, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying a narcissist who is creeping will do those kind of things so that you don't know when they're out. They don't want you to know when they're out because they could be telling you they're sleeping and they're out somewhere. They could be out at a bar, at a restaurant, at somebody's house. This is why a lot of times narcissists don't even want to take a picture with you because they're afraid you're going to post it on social media and they're going to get caught. So what's a narcissist going to do when you want to take a picture with them? They're going to try to ruin the picture. They're going to put on a sarcastic face or do the finger, or they're going to do something to try to ruin the picture so that you can't post it on social media, or they'll turn their back, or they'll make an excuse. So they're going to try to ruin it because they have somebody else. They don't want you to post that picture. And most of the time, they don't want to post a picture with you on social media if they're out creeping. Now, when a narcissist gets into a new relationship with somebody, one of the first things they'll do, though, to rub it in their ex's face is post all over their social media their new supply, how they love them unconditionally and everything like that. That is all for appearances. But guarantee as months go on, that picture is going to be taken down, okay? Because they're going to get disgusted with the new supply and they're going to want that picture down, okay? Then there are cases where some narcissists who are big time players will have a lot of pictures of exes on their, Facebook or something like that, because they look at it as trophies, all right? They want people to see that they can get so many people. So again, you have to study the narcissist that you're with and see, how they operate, all right? You look at the whole picture with that person. If that person is very, very private, if that person needs that admiration, but always understand they have other pages and you may not be on their main page. And this happens a lot when they add you to the social media. You may say, well, let's be friends or something on social media. They're either going to say they don't do social media, which 9 times out of 10 is a lie, okay? Because most of the time they do. They're just not telling you. I mean, there are rare instances. I'm not saying it never happens where they don't have social media, okay? And, or they're going to have, another page that is their main page that, when you look at their Facebook, for instance, look how new the page is. Look how many friends the page is. Is it something they just created to add you on so they could say they added you? Okay? Because, it tells you a lot. It tells you a lot. If this person can't be open, can't be transparent, maybe they have something to hide. Or Maybe they are just a very private person. But if they are telling you how they want something with you, they want exclusivity with you and all of that, then they should be open with you. Okay? Period. Dot. End of story. Now, keep in mind, when we talk about posting on social media, we're not just talking about romantic relationships, okay? When we now turn to family relationships, let's say somebody's mother or somebody's grandmother who's not talking to the rest of the family, what they're going to post on social media is, for instance, a grandmother might post a picture of 7 of her grandchildren that she doesn't even talk to because she's toxic. But she's going to portray to everybody else that they have the perfect family. And this is what you see when you have a narcissistic family. They will post pictures and portray that they have, the perfect family. Everybody loves each other. Everybody's great. They may show a holiday picture with everybody at the table. But meanwhile, behind closed doors, who's not talking to this one? Who's ganging up on that one? So they don't show that, but they want to portray to their friends that they have the perfect family because they're concerned about their image, all right? Covert narcissists do this all the time. They're worried about their image. So when you're talking about something like a narcissistic mother, a narcissistic sibling, a narcissistic father, and they're posting on social media about their family, they're not going to show you that there's trouble there in paradise. They're going to make it look like everything is great. All right. So remember, narcissism is not just about a narcissistic ex. It could be a family member. It could be a boss. It could be a friend. Okay. Now, how do narcissistic friends post? Narcissistic friends will post like everything is great. They're going to show pictures of them, oh, I'm off in Paris. Oh, I'm wearing designer clothes. Oh, I'm taking a picture with a celebrity or a politician, or I'm taking a picture, with an athlete. They want to post pictures with important people that people will be impressed with so that people think that they are something special, okay? Not only that, a lot of times covert narcissistic friends will try to look like they have the best life going. They're always out. They're always partying. They got the life and everything like that. And meanwhile, deep down, they're miserable and alone, but they will portray that they have this wonderful, wonderful, flamboyant life to throw it in your face and make you feel jealous that they are doing better than you. So you have the narcissist that's going to post pictures to make you feel jealous and insecure and make you feel like their life is great because they want to make you feel small, okay? So again, know your target. Know who you're dealing with. If you're dealing with somebody who's a big-time player, if a lot of times, and I have seen this, they're going to post bland, things on social media, or what they're going to do because they don't want you to be able to track them, and they may have another page where they post their picture and everybody's liking it because they don't have their main supply on there. So they don't care about the comments like, baby, you look sexy. All right. But the other thing, and I'm losing my thought here with this, is what a narcissist, what they want to do is this. What they're going to do, you guys, a lot of narcissists that are the biggest cheaters, what they're going to do is they'll say something like, they'll put up a post and say something like, somebody doesn't know when they had a real one. Or these women out here, they're all cheating. They don't know when they have a good man. Meanwhile, that man was cheating the whole time. Or this woman, she doesn't know she's got a good man and everything like that. And vice versa. They do things like that. They try to portray also when they post on social media that they are innocent. They're just looking for a good man or a good woman. And there's no good men. There's no good women out there. And that they're a real one. The more people post that they are a real one, the more people are trying to prove something to you, the more you know you're dealing with a fake one, okay? Because real doesn't have to prove anything to anybody, Only a fake person and a fake narcissist tries to prove to you that there's something that they're not, okay? And keep in mind, you guys, this is really important. A narcissist will post the exact opposite of who they are, okay? So when they say things like, I would never lie to a woman, I'm a real one, or something like that, 9 times out of 10, and I'm not talking about everybody, we're not talking absolutes. 9 times out of 10, that person is a liar and full of shit, okay? Or if a woman says something to the effect of, I'm a real one and everything like that, and, everybody's a fake and blah, 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 blah. A lot of times, she is the fake one, okay? There are rare instances where people will post that and they are real and authentic, but the narcissist, okay, that's why you study the whole person. The narcissist will portray the opposite of who they are because they're worried about their image, all right? Remember that. So if you're dealing with somebody who's extremely insecure and is always trying to prove something, okay, you could be dealing with somebody who's narcissistic, trying to prove that they're important. They hang out with politicians. They hang out with athletes. They're, flying to the south of France or something like that. Like everything is to show that they are great. And you see this on Instagram all the time. You see these, these pictures that are, flamboyant and everything to make people think that their life is great. But like we always say, you guys, and even in the neighborhood that I grew up in a neighborhood with Wall Streeters, professional people. To meet them on the surface, you would think that they are the most wonderful people in the world, could be very charming at times if you met them at a party. But behind closed doors, they are a different beast. And I always say, you don't know what goes on behind somebody's, front door, okay? That's why a lot of couples that post, maybe you see them on TikTok or you see them on Instagram or you see them on Facebook and they look like they got the most wonderful life, all right? Trust and believe there is always trouble in paradise at times. Nobody's life is perfect. Okay. And when they're trying to portray that their life is always perfect, oh, we get along, we have the most wonderful life. Oh, this is my soulmate and everything like that. In time, it's funny because if you watch them later on, all of a sudden you hear about them getting a divorce. Okay. Why is that? Because they only show you so much. They're worried about their image and they're worried about what people will think. So, don't always believe everything that you see on social media because a lot of people put up a front, okay? It's a competition. I'm great on social media. This is what they do. Everybody's trying to portray they got the great life. They are wonderful. They got everybody after them. Everybody admires them. Look at this picture with me and 20 people behind me in the picture. I am so super terrific, okay? This is all a front so that you think their life is great, but underneath, and I'm not going to say this is for everybody, but underneath, a lot of them, they are miserable underneath, and they're trying to prove something, all right? So somebody who's trying to prove something all the time is somebody who's extremely insecure, okay? And not everybody that's insecure is a narcissist. Only the insecure people that will hurt somebody else to raise themselves up is a narcissist that shows no empathy. So understand that, okay? You could have insecure people that don't try to hurt people, but the narcissist wants to put you down in order to lift themselves up, okay? So I hope that helps you guys. If it does, hit the subscribe button. Please share the podcast. Have a wonderful day. I want to add one more thing that I almost forgot that you guys need to be aware of as well. Keep in mind, too, that what you post on Facebook, cops could see that, the FBI could see that, and authorities can see that. And what they do when somebody is a suspect, let's say in murder or conspiracy or anything like that, they're going to study these people's social media and their Facebook. And it's the same thing when you're dealing with a narcissist, because some narcissists are stupid and post things and they show their hand. So yes, you could tell things by looking at somebody's social media. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi you guys, I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP123 and also on Instagram, The Game EXP123. Okay? And have a great day.